I kissed my fiancé's best friend on a dare, and he left me on the spot. The rooftop smelled like jasmine and city heat. It was the night of Alex's promotion party, 33 floors above Manhattan, fairy lights strung between air-conditioning units, the skyline glittering like spilled diamonds. I wore the emerald silk dress he'd picked out in Paris, the one that still carried faint traces of his cologne. We were getting married in 8 weeks. Save the dates had already gone out. I kept touching the platinum band on my finger like it might disappear if I stopped. Across the crowd stood Julian, Alex's best friend since Yale, the quiet architect who designed half the buildings we were standing on. He'd been the one who held me the night Alex forgot our second anniversary, who texted me memes at 3 a.m. when wedding stress kept me awake. Julian never flirted. He just saw me. Really saw me. And I'd spent 2 years pretending I didn't notice. Someone started a game. Never have I ever. Then truth or dare when the champagne ran low. Laughter echoed off glass railings. When the circle turned to me, Alex was busy taking selfies with his new co-workers, arms slung around a blonde I didn't recognize. My best friend Maya smirked. Truth or dare, Em? Dare, I said, reckless from the bubbles in my glass. Maya's eyes gleamed. Kiss the one person here you're not supposed to want. The rooftop went electric. I laughed it off, come on guys, but the chant started anyway. My gaze found Julian without permission. He was leaning against the ledge, city lights painting silver across his cheekbones, watching me with that steady, heartbreaking calm. He didn't move. Didn't smile. Just waited like whatever I chose would be okay with him. I crossed the roof anyway. Heels clicking on concrete. Wind whipping my hair across my face. When I reached him, the noise faded to a heartbeat in my ears. Up close he smelled like rain and graphite pencils. His eyes, storm gray, asked a question he'd never voice. I answered by rising on tiptoes and pressing my lips to his. It wasn't a dare anymore. It was gravity. His hands found my waist like they'd always belonged there, gentle but certain, pulling me in until there was no space left for pretending. I tasted champagne and honesty and 8 weeks of almosts that suddenly became yes. When his thumb brushed my cheek, I felt myself unravel, thread by thread, into someone I'd been too afraid to meet. We broke apart only when someone gasped. Alex stood 6 feet away, champagne flute shattered at his feet, shards glittering like broken stars. The blonde was gone. His promotion smile had died completely. He looked at me, then at Julian, then at the ring I'd stopped twisting. Alex! My voice cracked on his name. He didn't scream. Didn't curse. He simply turned, walked to the elevator and pressed the button. The doors slid open with a soft ding. He stepped inside. They closed. The hum of the party restarted around me, but I was already underwater. I ran after him, barefoot now, heels abandoned, down 33 flights, lungs burning, tears streaking my face. The lobby was empty except for the night doorman who pretended not to see me collapse against the marble wall when the elevator never came back down. Julian found me there an hour later, knees to chest, mascara rivers on my wrists. He didn't speak. Just sat beside me, shoulder to shoulder, city breathing through the revolving doors. I didn't plan it, I whispered. I know, he said softly. But you felt it. And so did I. I looked at him then, really looked, and realized the dare hadn't ruined my life. It had simply shown me the truth I'd been too terrified to admit. I was marrying the wrong man. Alex sent my things to my sister's apartment 2 days later. No note. The ring sat in a velvet box on top, catching light like a tear that never fell. And Julian? He waited. Not patiently. He paced, he doubted. He left the city for 3 weeks because he thought I needed space to grieve what I'd lost. But when I showed up at his door at 2 a.m. with rain-soaked hair and no ring on my finger, he opened it without hesitation. Some kisses destroy everything. Others rebuild you into who you were always meant to be. If this story left your heart racing and your eyes stinging, please subscribe to Ever Revenge right now and hit the bell. We're racing toward 1K subscribers and every single one of you is the reason we're almost there. Watch this video until the very end. Drop a comment telling me what you would have done on that rooftop, and let's keep sharing these raw, beautiful, life-changing stories together. Thank you for feeling this with me. I'll see you in the next one.